No shit.
Hightailed it out of there.
Are you crazy? Don't go between them! Go between them! Are you crazy?
Welcome to my home.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, I'm under the weather today. Like I'm running a fever. I've been running a fever for 2 days. My whole body aches. So I don't know how long we're gonna do this for. But we're gonna attempt to do a show today. My beard is just it's a wild one today. So I'm not drinking coffee today. I do have my coffee mug, but I am drinking tea. I'm drinking tea because I said my throat sore, body hurts, like days of just pain. So I don't have any movie recommendations today. I've got 3 movies that I'm going to be watching, new to the collection, and first time watches for me. So the first one here is Dana Carvey's Opportunity Knocks. This was something that came recommended to me. I don't really remember the trailers on it, so I had to pick it up, and it just came in like the other day. So I'll be watching that today. Looking forward to it because I like those old comedies. I think they're great. And then I got some laser discs stuff that I picked up, and I'll be checking out. So the first one here is something that recently got a 4K, and everyone's talking about the 4K. But I was like, I've got the laser disc. I'm going to be watching the laser disc, and we're talking about Life Force. So looking forward to that. And it's got I don't know why people keep the wrap on it. It says on the back to take the wrap all the way off, but people did leave the wrap on them. And this one is Trouble in Mind with Chris Christopherson, Keith Carradine, Laurie Singer, and Genevieve Boulja. I don't know how to say her name. Bold. So Trouble in Mind. I'll be looking at checking that one out. And just the cover on it, like Keith Carradine's hair is a little, let's see, there it goes. It's a little wild on there. So I'm checking that out. And yeah, I'm just pretty much a wreck today. Oh, oh, constantly. Oh, and I'm too hot. I'm too cold. Like it's just one of them like rough days. But it is my birthday month, so I did splurge on this laser disc player, and so I did that. But today we're doing a giveaway at the end of the show, and we'll give away a hoodie. So I was like, somebody that's a good friend of the channel, constantly messaging me, and said something. He said he sent me something. This was my birthday month. He said he sent me something. I haven't got it yet, but to pay it back, we're going to give away the 80s hoodie that I wear, like the one that says the 80s, like it's inspired by the Goonies. We're gonna give that away on top of the mug and the t-shirt that we were going to give away anyway. So we're going to give away a little bit something extra today. We're going to do that at the end of the show. Let's dive in. Let's say hello to everyone that's here. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Thomas. And yeah, if any, my Instagram got deleted. I don't know what the heck happened. I barely used it. I said I was quiet quitting it anyway. I used it for DMing people and stuff. And then once in a while I post something. I never ever use my Facebook. But like I was in the middle of like sending somebody a message, and then it was just gone. And then he texted me and was like, "Hey man, where'd you go?" And so I went to go look into it, and it said like Facebook said that they suspended my account because I didn't follow the rules on Instagram. And then Instagram said they suspended my account because I didn't follow the rules on Facebook. And that I could appeal the decision by logging in. And when I went to log in, there's like no page, no nothing. And so I was like, one, I don't care. Two, I think it's crazy. And at first I was thinking maybe I got hacked or whatever, but I was like, seems like they're just being stupid. And because it says like they determined the decision by AI. I post stuff about movies. I never get political. I don't post anything inappropriate, and I only talk to the people that talk to me here, from the show and stuff. So, if I was talking to you regularly, hit me up with an email, and maybe we'll do like a phone number or whatever. We'll just change out the phone numbers, or you can always DM me on Twitter. That's still open. Other than that, like I don't know what happened. I don't really feel the need to reopen an Instagram. I just don't care. But it was a way to talk to everybody. But Thomas says, "Oh, and Thomas, speaking of you being here, so I got this in. So this is I'm going to send this to you when you get back to the States. We got a down Periscope on, and I already watched it. I watched it one time, but I had this on VHS, and I really had no need to upgrade it. And the Laserdisc is fun. It was a fun watch, but I'll be sending that to you as soon as you get back here." Thomas says, "Good morning. Shall we talk about Kino and Daylight? I will not be receiving now. Lesson learned. We'll pre-ordering from retailers because some of these folks get them and now flipping them." Yeah, I was like, one, I'm mostly done with pre-ordering. Like I pre-ordered Deep Blue Sea because I really wanted that one. I didn't want any issues with it selling out. And I still haven't got mine. It's still processing. There's tons of people that are getting theirs. And I'm like, I'm not super upset. It's just like, what's the point of pre-ordering it? But then I realized that it's not even being released till the 18th. So they're getting theirs early. That's totally fine. But there's the amount of times that I have pre-ordered something and I've gotten mine like crazy late or not at all. So I was like, I'm for the most part done pre-ordering. Like I said, maybe one or two items through the through a month, but like I'm gonna keep going for the older stuff, like things I missed out on. I'm for the most part done with pre-ordering. I don't see the point in it. I'm over it. Good morning, good morning. And Sergeant Pokey Bait, nice. Good morning. Let's see. Good morning, Apex Comics. Good morning. And Video Pro. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Climb over the weather. Yeah, I'm done. Like I fell asleep last night, man, like early, and I woke up at like 2 in the morning. It was like a little before 2 in the morning. I couldn't go back to sleep. So then I went downstairs and I watched a movie. Next thing I know, it was like 7 o'clock. I fell asleep and I woke up just in time to be here. So I was like, my sleep's everything's all over the place. As soon as this is over, I'm gonna probably take another nap. I'm just done. I'm gonna order dinner. Like I'm not even gonna do anything today. Oh man. Brent Madison, good morning. Imagine my surprise when I called Barnes and Nobles to find out that they had Daylight 4K picked up yesterday was on sale too. Yeah, that sucks. I'm just saying I don't know. I was like I just heard about all that stuff yesterday. I don't know, much about it to chime in. I know some people have some speculation stuff, but I was like I hate to do the speculation without like any solid facts. Like it just kind of came out of nowhere, and all they're saying is that suspended indefinitely, and there was actually copies produced, and they're solid. Like this, they claim that the reason it was pulled was not anything to do with quality control, which we've seen with many of these companies before. So I was like, it's not a quality control issue. It seems like it's a rights issue, but there's no other information on that. So I was like, I hate to do the speculation on it just because I was like, that starts rumors and starts, you know what I mean? Like, I like to have a little bit more of the facts, but it does seem like there was a rights issue. Maybe it's going to another retailer. Maybe they took too long to put it out. I know Jeff, over at John Doe Juggalo, he was talking about it yesterday, and he was putting out his theory, and it's a solid. Like his video was pretty solid. I don't disagree with him at all. I don't know any of the facts, but yeah, it does kind of suck. Let's see. Nice. Oh, birthday weekend. Nice. It's my birthday month. It's my birthday month. Happy birthday, brother. Yeah, it's what do you expect? I don't know, man. I don't know. I was like, I'm over it. I'm totally over it. And morning, Michael. Morning, everyone. Yes, we got it finally. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Let's see. Get the everyone.
Bring me everyone. What do you mean, everyone?
God, I love that movie. I'll probably watch that movie this weekend too. High recommend. If you have not seen Leon, I highly recommend it. Let's see. Got that, and then yeah, there's some stuff going on this today. There's some really cool announcements. There's stuff that I'm glad they're coming out. These are things that I've had on my radar, stuff that I've seen before, and some exciting news. So the first thing we have is Criterion. Criterion gave their June announcements, and there's two things that I wanted to get 100%. So there's quite a few announcements. Let me share the screen. So the first one here was one that I know I've been trying to get, and then the Blu-ray was like, it was cheap enough. It was like 12 bucks or something. It was in the cheaper range. And so I was thinking about getting it, but now that I see that Criterion's putting out the 4K, and I was like, I like the packaging, I'm probably gonna grab that Criterion. That's probably gonna be a day one for me. Let me share the screen here. So we share the screen. So then, yeah, we have Sorcerer's coming out on 4K, and this is a movie that I don't know anything about it, but it comes highly recommended, and so it's been on my radar for quite a while. And it's a William Friedkin film. I don't know what's going on because this art here is nothing like the art that was on the regular Blu-ray. And this is from 1977, and it comes out in June. So we're getting a 4K from Criterion, but this one here, the regular this was the regular Blu-ray. Yeah, so it was like 13.89 right now. So it's not a bad price, but I was like, still, it's like I don't know what's going on there, but toughest, most relentless American film in a long time. Like that's it. And I was like, I don't know if that sells me, but I was like, I think the Criterion artwork is cool enough. So I'll definitely. That's something that's been on my radar. I'm looking forward to grabbing that one for sure. So we're getting that. It looks like there's also a Blu-ray of that as well. But you're getting a new 4K restoration with this 5.1 DTS HD master audio that was approved by the director, which is super awesome. Dolby Vision, HDR presentations of the film. It does come with the alternate 2 surround sound audio, so you're getting that original audio track, which looks, which I know a lot of people like. Like, I actually enjoy most of the time. Very rarely has been a new audio track that I hated it and had to go back to the original mono sound. Very rarely, but it does happen sometimes. So I'm glad that they're including that. But I know that is one of the biggest things of purists always talk about, like wanting that original audio track. So I'm glad that they're including that as well. But I'm getting all kinds of stuff here. I'm looking forward to it. And so, yeah, that's definitely going to be 100% of day one purchase for me. Then Brazil in 4K. Now, I believe they had this Blu-ray out before, but now it's coming out in 4K. This is something I'm not familiar with. I never thought it was a me movie. I have to check it out. I'm not really sure, but I recall this artwork before, but it's just somehow or other this movie's never been on my radar. We have that one. They announced Midnight from 1939. It might be worth checking out. I like some of those old 30s films, 30s, 40s. So I might check it out, especially if it's one of those half off sales there. But this is going to be a day one purchase. I don't know what this other title is, but this one here, The Wiz. Now, this is a movie that I have not seen in years. I don't own it, and it's going to be a day one purchase for sure. I like the artwork on it, but yeah, this is something I was like, I don't know if you've seen this movie, but oh, I hate being over here. Let me fix this. There we go. Yeah, so this is a movie that I was like, I tried showing this to my wife years ago, and she's not a film person, but two, she's very like, you know, stuck in her ways. Like she likes her things. She likes sports films. She likes action films. So this is not in her wheelhouse at all. And she just complained most of the time. I don't even think she finished it. I think she got like 10 minutes into it and was done. But yeah, this is something that's going to be a day one purchase for sure. I'm really, really looking forward to that one. Yeah, The Wiz. Let's see. What do we got? Let's see. Oh, see, did I miss something? Brent says, I guess my point was call Barnes and Nobles. They're selling them if in stock. Oh, the way I read it, I thought you were saying like they pulled it, like they had it, but then it was gone. I got Daylight yesterday. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. Well, I'm glad you got it. Like, yeah, that was the way I was reading it. Sorry, I thought you were saying that you call or you went there and it was available on sale, but then they pulled it. No, yeah, definitely, yeah, go try and grab it. TJ is not here in America though. He's not here yet, so it kind of puts a damper on that. But yeah, we're checking out. But yeah, the whole idea that the few that are getting out, don't pay that $200 price tag. This is going to come out, and more than likely, like again, without trying to put out speculation, either it's going to come out, there's a rights issue, there's like an artwork issue, there's like something with it, obviously. And I'm thinking another company is going to be putting this out anytime soon. So that's just my 2 cents there. Don't spend the $200 on eBay. William Friedkin directed The Exorcist, directed Sorcerer. Yes, yes, that's where most people know him from. Is would be from The Exorcist. But yeah, big fan. And Brazil is fantastic. Yeah, it's like I'll check it out. I'm just telling you, I know the artwork. It just for some reason that movie has never been on my radar, so I'll check it out. I don't think it's gonna obviously not be going to be a day one, but I'm intrigued enough to check it out. And the Sorcerer is great. The Wiz should look amazing in 4K. Oh yeah, I'm stoked about the Wiz. And obviously the Sorcerer is going to be a day one. And then, oh, here you go. Yeah, Terry Gilliam, Monty Python. Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right then. I mean, that's all you had to do is Terry Gilliam. I was like, I know. All right, I'll check out Brazil now. That's an easy sell. Ease on down the road. Yes, yeah, it's a good let's see. The lawyers and rights get in the way of purchasing movies. They do. They really do. Yep. Yeah. So there's that, and then there's some other things here. I was like, I can't say that I'm excited about everything. I just don't know what all this stuff is. Monk, the loneliest monk here. Let's see. This one came out in 1988. So, oh, Theolonus Monk Straight No Chaser. That's the name of the movie. That's a wild name right there. Yeah, it's something I'm not familiar with either. And this one here, 32 short films about Glenn Gould, 4K Blu-ray. So again, something maybe worth checking out at some point, but I'm stoked about those other releases. So that's where I'm at with those. So that's the Criterion announcements. Then we have the Warner Archive releases, and I'm a big fan of Warner Archive. Like I don't get everything they get, but like there's one on here that's been coming up quite a bit lately, and it's this one, Clean and Sober. So this is something that um, I don't think I remember it. Like I may have seen this at some point because at the time when this came out, like my mom was always into renting these types of movies, and I remember like all my friends were playing and stuff, and I would get stuck watching movies like this at a very young age, and so like maybe I've seen it, but I don't really remember it, but it comes up highly recommended. It's been mentioned quite a few times recently, and then now it's getting an announcement. So this is going to be a day one purchase for me as well. Michael Keaton, Clean and Sober, and I think this is another one. It was like at the height of his comedic career, and it's obviously not a comedy film. So really looking forward to that one for sure. We have that. There we go. Thelonious Monk, jazz pianist and remarkable musician. Nice, nice. I was like, that might be worth checking out at some point. Let's see, what do we got? And then Warner Brothers is also putting out the Wacky Races complete series here. So this is something I vaguely remember all this stuff, like they had the reruns on when I was a kid. So I was like, all my kids are a little bit too old for this now, and they don't care. Like my youngest is 8, and she's not gonna care. So I was like, it's cool that they're putting it out, but I was like, I just don't need it anymore. Um, if it came out a couple years ago, I'd be all in. It's from the '60s, and like I said, I vaguely remember it. I remember the dog and its stinking laugh, which is kind of fun. But yeah, that's something that I don't even think I would pick that one up for nostalgia purposes. Like, but if my youngest was like a year or two younger, I think she'd be all in. I think she'd be all in. And then what do we got here? Three the Hard Way. That's a fantastic film. Jim Brown, Fred Williamson, Jim Kelly. That's something that's a high recommend. I'd probably pick that one up. I was like, there's a couple Blaxploitation boxes coming out this year, and if that's not in any of those, then I would definitely pick this one up for sure. But yeah, it's a fantastic film. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I like all those films. Anything from the '70s, I'm in. Let's see what we got here. Lily. Yeah, I was like, I might check it out. I like some of these older films, but I don't know anything about this one. It's from 1953, and again, another era in cinema that I like. The only era that I love the 60s cinema, but I was like the only time that I was like I really get frustrated is like most of the time when they do the beatnik stuff in the 60s. I never really liked that. So I was like, I pretty much like all eras of cinema, but that's the one that just kind of gets me is the 60s. Springfield Rifle, Gary Cooper. I check that one out just because Gary Cooper's in it. Other than that, um, got this. What do we got? Yeah, Wacky Races was my jam. Nice, nice. And I enjoy Blaxploitation movies. Kick ass. Yeah, they do. Great, great time. Always great time. Oh, I got to get that mug too. That Pam mug. I keep forgetting about it. Let's see. What do we got? We got that, and then I don't really have anything planned today. Let's see. Looney Tunes is coming out here. This is something that I might pick this one up out of nostalgia. I remember growing up with a lot of this stuff. So Looney Tunes, Collector's Vault. But then the dilemma is like they've been going back and talking about a lot of this stuff where, modern audiences have decided some of this stuff is offensive, and so like I know that it's been retroactively edited or censored. And I know that there was talk of like them taking Sammy Sam's guns away and stuff like that. And so I was like, I don't know if I'd get it. Like I have to look into it a little bit more and see if it is censored or not. But I don't like to support art that's censored. I think that's silly because I was like, there's tons of offensive art in museums and it's on display. Nobody's asking for it to be taken down. There's actually like a museum dedicated to offensive art. So it's like, why does this stuff have to constantly be changed? And it's never looked at as the same as other art. So I was like, I hate it. So I was like, I'm not willing to support it, not willing to give it my dollars. But yeah, last I heard, they were editing a lot of those older cartoons. So oh, let's see, let's see, let's see. What we got? We got that, and then Renfield's getting a 4K. Didn't this just get a Blu-ray? Let's see. Yeah, it just got a Blu-ray in 2023. So it was like not super, long ago, but yeah, it's like one of those things. Like if you picked up the Blu-ray, more than likely you don't need the 4K. It's one of those things. Like the double dip on it, I think is it's a modern film shot digitally, probably. I never even looked into it, but it's definitely a newer film, so it's going to look fantastic either way. And I think that Blu-ray is going to look top notch. And so, just a little tiny bit of adjustment. I don't think you're going to need to double dip. If you don't have the film, sure, pick it up. It's looking at a $33 pre-order price tag. Obviously, that'll probably go down a little bit, but yeah, Renfield is something I don't have it. I was not a huge fan of it. I don't know. I wasn't into like the all the action for this type of film. It wasn't for me. It wasn't my bag. But if you like it, I totally get it. But I'm just saying, like, if I had picked up that Blu-ray a couple years ago back in 2023, and then now the 4K is coming out, I'm probably keeping my 4K or my Blu-ray and not even bothering to upgrade. Even if there's a sale, like I think that the quality that's going to be top notch. And if you don't have it, sure, go ahead and pick it up. But just my opinion. Uh, what do we got? And then this is something that right here, Night Train Murders, 50th anniversary 4K. This is coming out of 88 films. So this is something that it's high on my radar. I don't think I've ever seen this one. Like there was another film I was thinking of, and it wasn't because the same actors are not in this. So I was like, this one here, I probably have not seen this one. So It's definitely it's high on my radar. I don't know if I need it, but I might want to check this one out before I pull the trigger. But 88 Films is putting it out. I have a few of the 88 Films titles now, and I think they're absolutely fantastic. I think they're a fantastic company. And what I have gotten, I think that the transfers and everything that they've done are just top notch. So this one, I'm gonna check it out. Let's see. There was another train movie though that I was thinking of, and I'm pretty sure it had like Christopher Lee and all those guys in it. So let's see, Night Train Murders. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so it's called Night Train Murders there, but like over here on IMDb, it's called Last Stop on the Night Train. So it's like, yeah, maybe that. It says a pair of psychotic hoodlums and an equally demented nymphomaniac woman terrorize the young girls on a train trip from Germany to Italy. Sounds, I don't know if it's up my alley, but it sounds like I'd watch it at least once. I don't know if I need to own it. There's that, but there was definitely a train movie. I swear with Christopher Lee in it. Let's see, because that's what when that was announced. That's exactly what I thought it was. Let's see. Let's see. What does it say? Says that there was a movie called The Train that Christopher Lee and Burt Lancaster were in. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Let's see. Apparently, there's a lot of films called The Train. Um, yeah, maybe this is what I was thinking of. Yeah, from 1964. It looks like it's black and white. 1944, German colonel loads a train with French art treasures to send to Germany. Yeah, that's what I thought it was when I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's probably what it is. No, yeah, because I was a kid when I saw this. I don't know why I mixed the two because that's like a psychotic murder story, and this is a Nazi World War II story. So I don't know. I was like, I definitely saw that when I was a kid, so I was like, I don't know why I got excited over that one. Totally different movies there. Totally different movies. What do we got? So yeah, there's a Blu-ray coming out of that as well, with the English two-channel audio, so Dolby presentation and or Dolby Vision presentation. So that's always nice. I enjoy the Dolby Vision. Got that. There's a few things. I like the artwork on this one. The Amorous Adventures of Moll Flanders. I don't know if I need it, but I love the artwork here. Kim Novak. So I was like, I've been enjoying some of the Kim Novak films. So I was like, maybe I'll pick it up just because of that. It's got a great cast overall. But then this original art here, this one, I like that too. So I was like, yeah, that's it's great. I would definitely check that out. This is probably going to be high on my list, just because 1965 looks like a period piece from the 60s. I'm in. I'm solid in on that one. We got that, and then let's see what do we got. And then, oh man, I'm late. We start early. Oh, I don't know. I'm sick, man. I started right at 10 o'clock. I was like, I don't know. Time change here, brother. Time change. I was like, I don't think they changed the time there for like another week or so. Yeah, time change. Um, Aces of Movies. When Tommy Lee Jones has his uh, memoriam, will the scene that they show for him when they do the memoriam be the fugitive cat house doghouse scene or a different scene? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that anything from fugitive would be top notch. I would think it would be um like a combination of the few, like because like when they do the memoriam, like I think they would want to show probably like all sides of Tommy Lee Jones, not just one side. So I was like, I would definitely see like the comedic scene, and so like if you're talking about the fugitive, The scene where he's like wearing the like the bird costume and he goes into maybe that's not the fugitive, maybe that's the U.S. Marshal, same character though. When he goes in to break into he goes into the house to arrest the guy and he's wearing the bird costume, like, and he flips off his feet and he pulls out his gun and he takes the hat off. Like, I think that because it's a little bit more comedic. But then yeah, there's like it'd be probably be a couple scenes. Let's see, it was Tommy Lee Jones. I mean, clearly they would show Batman doing his two-faced laugh. I guarantee they would show that for uh, Tommy Lee Jones. Let's see his memoriam. I was like, you're always hitting it up with like deep questions. I was like, I hate to think about like anyone's memoriam. Clearly they would show stuff from Men in Black. I guarantee they would. The Hunted. It's a very underrated film. I doubt they would show anything from that, but there's some solid scenes there. Let's see. The Space Cowboys one, why not? Double Jeopardy. Like there's a couple scenes, but yeah, I could see them doing that bird costume scene where he flips everything off and he like flips the feet off as he's walking across. I was like, to this day, like I thought that was like a very fun scene. Always stuck with me. Kim Novak, what a babe. Yeah, I was like, big fan, big fan. Aw, dang, daylight savings got me. Yeah, yeah. I think it got a lot of people, man. I was like, we normally have like 50 people in here. There's only like 16 today. I was like, if I'm telling you, so you came in late. I'm sick. I've been sick for 2 days. I'm running a fever. My body aches, like the whole thing. Like I'm probably gonna cut this thing short and just take a nap. Like for real. We'll just finish off these things and do the giveaway. We might just do a whole hour today. Um, but yeah, daylight savings time. I think it got a lot of people. And like, yeah, to think that there's a lot of people that are in Europe and in other countries that watch the show that are used to me going at a certain time, and then yeah, I had daylight savings time. So yeah, I didn't even think of that until you questioned it. Here's one that's coming out from Kino Lorber. As we're talking about the Kino Lorber, issue with Daylight and Dante's Peak. Now, again, like those ones, and I get, I feel for you if you really want those movies and you're not getting them. Like I feel for you, but for me, I wasn't ordering them. I wasn't getting them. They're not me movies. I just don't care. But as a whole, as like a movie collector, like when you start to see this type of stuff on top of the constant issues from some of the other companies of quality control and bad discs, and now there's like issues like this, it does become very frustrating. And like remembering the times of, you know, it, is it more the fact that this stuff always happened and we just are now super on top of it because there's so many of us doing these YouTube shows and we're talking about it and like it's just very in there because I just remember like just 10 years ago I didn't watch anybody on YouTube. Like I just went to the store on Tuesday and what was there was there. And like very rarely did I know that something was coming out. Like very rarely was I like super excited about a release. Most of the time I just went every Tuesday to see what was there and it was a gamble. And so like now we just have this like our finger on the pulse. And so we have an idea of when stuff is coming out. And so like now more than ever, like I'm fully aware of when stuff gets pushed back or when stuff's not being released on time. So like, it's like, has it always been there or is it just really a new problem? So I was like, that's something that I've been asking myself for the past couple days now. I don't have an answer for you though. But there's a lot of Kino Lorber titles that are being announced here. So this one here in May, I'm sure this has been put out a million times, but 1979's Prophecy. Oh, see, I'm not sharing the screen finally. Here, let me share the screen. So this is coming out of Kino Lorber. I don't know if I need it, but definitely want to check it out. You got Armand Sante. It's a horror film. It looks like I'm kind of in. But like this is a movie that's been out for I'm sure forever. Let's see. Oh no. Let's see. Oh, there's that stuff. Oh, that's probably what I'm thinking of. I was thinking of the Christopher Walken prophecy stuff. So yeah, this Blu-ray came out in 2019. I guess like all the prophecy stuff that I'm seeing is like tons of releases for that Christopher Walken prophecy, which is different. So yeah, it looks like the last time we had anything was from 2019, and it was a Blu-ray from Shout Factory. So now we're getting a Kino 4K. So again, like I said, if you have that Blu-ray, maybe it's worth upgrading, maybe it's not. The Kino 4Ks, the Shout Factory 4Ks, the recent ones I've gotten, especially on some of these like schlockier B movie, horror movie type stuff, I've had a good time with them. I think they've been absolutely fantastic. I just got Night of the Creeps. I've never seen that movie before, and I think the 4K was just top notch. But I think also at the same time, if I had upgraded from my Blu-ray, I don't think I would have been like super stoked about it like I was. Let's see, Warner Brothers is putting out The Good German. This is another one that it flew under my radar. It came out in 2006, but I vaguely remembered it and just never saw it. So I was like, I don't know why I never saw it. But you have, Kate Blanchett, Tobey Maguire, George Clooney. Definitely something that is in my wheelhouse. So like, why I completely missed this one. This is going to be a day one pickup for me. But you have Berlin, July 1945. Journalist Jake Geismer arrives to cover the Potsdam conference, issued a captain's uniform for easier passage, and he also wants to find Lena. It goes on and on and on. But yeah, it takes place during World War II. I'm in. I'm totally in. I like any of those period pieces, especially World War II stuff. Let's see. Let's see. What do we got? Thomas says, by the way, I checked Song of the South earlier, and they gone uh, for the rate we got, and then at I think your video definitely could have pushed that one. Nice, 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 nice. I'm glad everyone got it, man. I was like, it's something that I think it flew under most people's radar. I saw it. I remember when it got announced. Like, we get the announcements here, we talk about them, and I vaguely remember like bringing it up. It's like, oh, we're gonna release, and then it just kind of came and went, and I didn't even think about it. So I was like, I pulled the trigger. I was like, oh, I got to get this, and I had a good time with it. Had a good time. So I'm glad. Nice. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Kino and other labels doing 4K scans but only releasing them on Blu-ray? Um, it's a conversation that's been coming up for quite a while, and I was like, it's frustrating. So if you are a collector who wants the latest and the greatest and the best possible, it's frustrating, and I totally get it. But at the same time, like if it's a movie you have to have and you can't wait for the 4K, like it's a double-edged sword. So if you don't buy the Blu-ray that they put out, then they're going to say that there's no interest in it, and then they're never going to put out a 4K. But then it does seem like it's a predatory practice of like getting us to double dip. So I was like, it's one of those, it's a conversation. I don't think it's never ending. I think it's the same talking points no matter who talks about it. But for me, I don't care necessarily. Like there's a few movies that I had to have if I got the Blu-ray, and then a year later, then they release the 4K and it's from the same scan, it's the same special features. Very rarely am I double dipping. If they do it, I just keep my Blu-ray. It's one of those things. Like I can't even tell you like the last time, like within a short amount of time where I was like, I just got that Blu-ray and I had to have the well what would be Deep Blue Sea, but that's my fault. So, because like I had the Deep Blue Sea VHS for years, I loved the movie. I never upgraded, and then I finally got the Blu-ray, and then within a month or so, like Arrow Video announced that 4K, and so like I double dipped, but I was like, I could have got that Blu-ray years and years ago, like so that was totally my fault. But like very very rarely do I do that, and so if it's over a year and it's a decent price, sometimes I don't mind. And then because I do the show, I do like to have the information for you. So I was like, I don't do it all the time, but like there have been few titles that I've just gone ahead and got the upgrade, got the 4K anyway, just to have that conversation because I was like, there's people that wait for the actual review to buy stuff. So, or just the simple thoughts. Like when I do my haul videos, and I'm like, as I talk about what I've seen, like there's some people that will wait until then just to pick up a title. So, it's for me, I hate it. I think it's a little bit predatory, but at the same time, like I don't think it's going away anytime soon. Like it's one of those things. I think that the 4K should be put out the same time that the Blu-ray should be put out, and you should have the choice, or they should just go all in on one format. Like when VHS was around, and then DVD came out, within a short amount of time, VHS went away. But we still live in a time where you can go to the store and you can buy the DVD and you can buy the Blu-ray, and now you can buy the 4K. And at my Walmart, there's many movies that I've gone to get, and they don't have the 4K version. There's a 4K version that exists, but the only thing on the shelf is the DVD. And I was like, what was it? That Saturday Night Live movie? It didn't get a 4K, but it got a Blu-ray, and I think I'm perfectly fine with that. But the only thing my Walmart had was the DVD of that Saturday Night Live movie, so I still don't have it. It's something I'd like to get, but yeah, there's no way I'm buying the DVD on that one. And so it's just like, it's frustrating. Like we live in a time, like I think they should just go all in one format. Either stick with Blu-ray and then that's it, or go all in on this 4K and just stop making all the rest. I was like, and there's many people that, even just watch this show that put in the comments all the time that they will not buy a 4K because it's too expensive, or they don't want to upgrade, or the problems that they might have had. And so that has given them a sour taste in their mouth. And so they've just sworn off the format altogether. And so they're only sticking to DVDs, or they're only sticking to Blu-rays. And that might just frustrate them. But all the other formats that we've ever had, like Laserdisc went away, CED went away. CED didn't live long at all, but CED went away. Betamax got knocked off by VHS, but VHS went away. Like these formats don't stick around forever, and DVD has been around for a long time. And like and I kind of understood, because like my in-laws, I go to my in-laws house, like they still have a DVD player, and they don't even understand what Blu-ray is or 4K. They think it's just a DVD. They just think it's a DVD with a gimmick or something. They don't understand that it's a higher resolution. They don't understand. And then they still have their like old 1080p TV from like 25 years ago. They never even got a new TV. And so you have an entire nation of people in that boat. And that's also why people are still buying DVDs. And then, what was it? At least twice last year, I did a video where, where I was talking about 4K movies, and like these are the best to get, and these are my opinion on these 4K movies. And at least twice there was two different comments on I think the same video or two similar videos where people had no clue that 4K was an actual thing. Like they did not know. Then they went out and they bought a 4K player, and they went out and got some 4K movies. And so it was just like the industry did a really horrible job at selling it. And I go back to that whole, like, and I know most of you here probably aren't video game people, but I go back to that whole video game thing where the Wii came out, and like the world was adopted it. Like they were selling those Wii games in nursing homes, like they sold the most things ever. And then the Wii U came out, and everyone thought it was just a controller, because that was what the advertisement was showing, was the controller. And so nobody thought that, most of the people, like people that weren't young enough, and people that weren't into video games, but most of the world that had adopted the Wii just thought it was an attachment and had no clue that it was a whole new system. And then it failed. It didn't do well, and they pretty much lost their ass on it. And I think that's the exact same thing with I think they did a better job with Blu-ray, but I think 4K, the fact that they're not being sold in stores anymore. But I pop in DVDs all the time, and Blu-rays, early Blu-rays, and you're bombarded with that, like, Blu-ray is this, and it's got 5.1 Dolby surround sound, and it's this like crazy commercial for the format as I'm watching these films. There's some VHS tapes that I have that has that same kind of crazy commercial for VHS or for DVD on the VHS tape. And so like at the time when those earlier formats were there, the world knew that it was special because of the way they did the advertisement. But with streaming, you don't get that anymore. And people aren't renting stuff anymore. They're not physically grabbing it. So you basically, if you know it, you know it. So it's one of those things that I think they didn't do a good enough job explaining it to the people. And then at the same time, the people has changed how they consume media altogether. One of those things. Um, Sleeping bag scene and prophecy is the best. I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out. Oh, and probably hasn't said it, but smash the like button if you would. Oh, appreciate you, brother. You are the best. So I was like, you're late. So I was like, I was telling you, but but you weren't here apparently, because of my Instagram got deleted, and I was like, I don't know what the heck that it's all about, and I just don't care. I don't use it anyway. But if you were messaging me on Instagram, and we were having conversations like that, email me, and maybe we'll exchange phone numbers and we'll do something like that, or Twitter. Like I still have my Twitter, and I DM some friends in Australia and the Philippines through that on a regular basis. So yeah, get a hold of me another way. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to reactivate my Instagram because I don't know what they did, and I just honestly don't care. Like I kind of it's disappointing because I did use it to talk to people, but I was like, some people can get the phone number, I think. What do we got? The Prophecy with Christopher Walken was a good movie. Yeah, that's something another one that was like, I want to get into those, but I kind of missed out on them. I watched Song of the South in theaters in the 70s. Great movie. Disney's too unnecessarily sensitive in re-releasing. Yeah, it's one of those things. And like, rewatching it. Oh, I never saw the whole thing. Like I only ever saw like the bits and pieces because they always released like, some of the songs, some of the cartoons, and they kind of mixed it in. So like my whole life, like I kind of grew up with the bits and pieces of it. And then my daughter has some like sing along tape that she's had for years. And so when I popped that in the other day, she was, just eyes glued to it, absolutely loved it, thought it was great. And yeah, it was like the one thing that I could understand where somebody's gonna say, "Oh, that's offensive," is it's from a story from the 1800s. Like I was like, sometimes we have to live in like a dangerous, offensive like thing. Like I would rather live in a dangerous world than super safe and boring all the time. Like if it offends you, don't watch it. Like that's another thing. And like I don't think it was being offensive to be offensive. Like there's an issue of that. There's plenty of movies that are offensive just to be offensive. And while I don't care for them, I don't also see them like stopping it. Like the movie I will never ever watch again, and I think it's extremely offensive. And I was like, I will never watch again. But I'm not clamoring for it to disappear. Like I'm not saying that it shouldn't exist. I mean, I really don't think it should exist. But like as a piece of art, whatever. But the Serbian film, I think it's a horrible film, but it exists, and nobody's letting that go. I would rather watch Song of the South on repeat than watch the Serbian film again. Like, come on now. Like, if stuff like that is allowed, like, it's people's sensibilities too. Like, I think it's that. And I think, not like it's a movie I didn't grow up with. Like, it's something that I didn't grow up with, but since I can remember, I've heard about the controversy and how horrible it is and why they won't release it. So I've heard about all the problems. And I think that's just been built in people's heads. Actually watching it, I was like, I still don't get the big problem with it. Like, but the thing is, like, I've seen so many films and so many things that can be considered offensive, but like, there's blaxploitation films that go into that same kind of area of conversation, and yet people don't care about those either. Like, it's one of those things. It's I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. And I think it's like we live in a society, if it's not for you, don't watch it. Like it's the same conversation. They just changed Crocodile Dundee. They re-released it in theaters in Australia. They cut out some parts. They re-recorded jokes. So I was like, I don't know if they're gonna digitally do stuff with that, but what I was reading the article was they re-recorded jokes, they cut some stuff out, and they changed some stuff. And again, if it's not for you, then don't watch it. But at the same time, you can't tell me my whole entire life that there's bad people in the world and then erase them from history, erase them from cinema. And same thing, they deleted some of that conversation in the French Connection. Now I have the original Blu-ray, so I was like, my version's not edited, but the version that they were showing on streaming was edited. And then nobody really took accountability for it. But then the conversation was, well, it was offensive. That's the whole point. Like you don't create a bad character or a good character with the bad morals and bad traits and then take out all the bad stuff. You have to have the worst. And like I've said before, like I want a villain that's willing to kill a baby. Now I don't want to see it, but like you go back to Willow. Willow is considered a great family film. At the end of the day, that witch was killing babies, and at the end of the movie, she was trying to kill that last one, and so she doesn't succeed. We don't see it, and but she was willing to do it, telling you that she's the worst villain in the entire world. And so if you're going to create villains and create stories, and whether they're complete villains or somebody just has an off-color thing that's offensive, those are what I'm told are real people in the world. Well, if you erase all that and make it all bland and boring, then what are we doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. Just my 2 cents. Um, sounds like Daylight had an issue with due to Donna Summer music. Video as an extra didn't have the license. Makes sense. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I was like, I didn't want to make a huge speculation, but I mean, I'm sure it had to do with some kind of licensing thing. But um, like they were saying it wasn't a quality control issue. So I was like, it could be. And it was like, it's very unfortunate. I was like, what is it? The Bryan Adams song. The Bryan Adams song at the end of Robin Hood. Now it's at the end of the VCR tape. So if you still have that VCR tape, the whole song is there, but it's not on any other format. And I don't know if that was like some kind of Mandela effect, but there was people saying that it didn't exist. Like for years, like people were saying that that song never happened. But I was like, one, I have the tape and I could prove it. But two, then somebody else was like, they recorded it on their phone, and I guess they didn't have music or anything, but they recorded on their phone as they were talking, showing that it was there, and it got like deleted, like the YouTube deleted it or made it unviewable or something because it was copyright. But it almost seems like they're trying to make it disappear. I was like, there's some really inappropriate stuff on YouTube, but like you're gonna put up like a recording from a VCR tape to show that this thing exists. It's kind of weird. But yeah, it's like, so licensing has been a huge issue for years, especially with music. Like that is the reason why a lot of stuff hasn't come out, or when certain TV shows finally come out, they switch out the music because it's, they couldn't hammer out a deal. And a lot of times usually it seems like the studio is being cheap. But like there's definitely an argument for many films as to why we don't have it, and it's usually the music. So I was like, it's an unfortunate thing. But at the same time, if you're releasing something that had been released before and you get the rights to it, like the music and all that stuff should be included. Now, if it's an extra thing where it's like an extra music video, I totally get it, because on the Song of the South that I had picked up, where is it? That's not it. The Song of the South that I picked up actually included two of the music videos. Well, they weren't music videos, but they were like clips of like them singing, and like they were like more of a music video. But then what did I watch? I watched something last night, and that was the special feature. The special feature was a music video. I don't remember what it is now, but then it reminded me of like how much I miss MTV and like having my pulse on like the music, because that it was like an old recording from like MTV, and it had the information for the music in the left-hand corner like they used to do. And I was like, I don't know if it was like 100% MTV or if it was just like the format that they used, because it looked like that exactly. But yeah, they included that, and so it was like, that stuff's cool. But if it's extra, and I was like, it's a right, I don't know, frustrating all around. Be jamming. I've been known to double dip if the 4K has Atmos that the Blu-ray didn't. Yeah, Atmos is a big seller for me too. I was like, I am a sound guy. I like that stuff, but like, it's not always. Now I've done it definitely on my top favorite films of all time. I literally just double dipped on Dracula, but I was like, that's like in my top 5 easy. And so I was like, I'll get multiple copies of that film, no problem. But like in general, it's not a huge selling point. But yeah, I've definitely done it a time or two. The Atmos gets me. I like the better surround sound. That was the thing with Demolition Man. I freaking loved the Demolition Man with the Atmos. I think that was top notch. Apex Comics says, I miss video stores. Damn you, Netflix. Yeah, I miss the video rental store too. For sure, for sure. You got the China virus. Yeah, no, I was like, I've never had that. Like my wife had it, and then, but I was like, I never had it. But I was like, yeah, I've just had a fever for a few days, and my whole body aches, and like I'm at the tail end of it. But like I said, I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was awake until like 7. I took a nap, and just enough time to be here now. Ah, you're early. Yeah, daylight savings, brother. Daylight savings. I was like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, it's 10 o'clock. And I was like, yeah, it's like, that's why it's like, we normally have like 50 or so people in here, and we had like 16 for like an hour. Let's see. Well, we've just been live for about an hour anyway. Yeah. Thomas says, I bought over 120 DVDs last year because I found a sale where they were 25 cents each. That was too good of a deal. Yeah, yeah, you sent me the picture on that. That's pretty dope. Good haul there. I'm at. I was like, I'm probably at like 60 DVDs left, but I'm at like 40 laser discs now. So as I've went a little hard on that one. But yeah, it's like sometimes you can't just pass up a deal. Can't. Favorite scene in Days of Thunder. It would be the scene where they get pulled over and taken out of the RV. I love that scene. I only have that movie on VHS. I need to get that on 4K. I'll probably add that to the wish list probably today. I was like, I gotta get that soon. But yeah, it's one of my favorites. But I was like, I saw that when I was a kid. So when that movie came out, I remember I was little, and I just felt like I was watching something I shouldn't have. So then it was the cop, starts patting him down, but then like it's a stripper, and like for whatever, when I was a little boy, that just kind of stuck with me, and it's the one scene that always anytime that movie gets mentioned, it's the only thing I think of. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Days of Thunder. Yeah. That's I gotta revisit that. 1990. Yeah, I was 8. I was 8 when that came out. So yeah, that always stuck with me for sure. Yep, Robert Duvall. Yeah, solid film. Solid film. I forget Carrie Ellis is in that. But yeah, it was John C. Riley. That's who it was. Yeah. Great actor too. Uh let's see. So you're the follower on Instagram that I lost. Yeah, I was like, I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. I don't know. They deleted my account, and then when I go to log in, it says I can appeal the decision if I log in. And I go to log into Instagram, and it says that my account is temporarily suspended because I didn't follow the rules on Facebook. And so that I go to Facebook, and it says the same thing, but it says I didn't follow the rules on Instagram. And then both of them say that the decision was made electronically, and the entire world has to follow the same rules. And I was like, I don't know what I did. And so I clearly think it's a mistake, but like I said, I quietly quit. I just don't care. I was like, the few DMs is what I did. Like it was more of a time sucker. Like if I went on there, I would like some people's stuff, and then I very rarely posted over there. But I found myself like spending an hour or two just scrolling through it, and I was like, it looks like a blessing in disguise. I'll maintain my Twitter again for just to keep the DMs open. But like I said, I did not do anything. And then like what is it? Those weird like sex bots that always like try to message you or whatever, and it like comes up and you have to like approve it. I always delete that stuff. Like I don't even try to click it and go, "Ooh, what's this?" I don't know what it was. Like maybe my Facebook got hacked or whatever. I don't know because I never use Facebook at all. And like the Instagram thing, like I barely was using it. So yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone. Apparently, I didn't follow the rules, boys. Instagram tells me I don't know how to follow the rules all the time. No idea what they're talking about every time. Yeah, and that's the thing is like I never got a warning. Like I never got an email. Like I never got a warning. It's just like I was in the middle of using it, And because I was a part of a group chat and they were talking about something, and I was like in the middle of sending a message, and then all of a sudden I was gone. And then like I got a text message and saying like, "Hey, bro, you're gone off Instagram." Like I was in the middle. So like I don't know what it was. And I was like, definitely not sending anything inappropriate. Like we're talking about movies all the time. Oh man. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Why so BlueTube? Watch the first 30 minutes of Electric State on Netflix, and it's mediocre. The book is phenomenal. Looks like they neutered the film and spent $300 million on it. The Russos suck, and they don't like the MCU. Yeah, yeah. I was like, it's one of those things. I've not been streaming at all. Like I try to avoid it like the plague. I man, and like modern cinema as a whole. And like I sometimes I feel like I'm just this miserable, grumpy old man because I remember my dad growing up in the like I remember being in the '90s and my dad just complaining about most things, like especially if it was new. And I was just like, "You're just a stupid old man," and he loved his old stuff, and I get it now. But like I'm a huge movie fan, and I have pretty much from every era. I have my favorites, and I have movies, silent films from the 1920s, all the way to like modern cinema and everything in between. And so, like, if I can appreciate films from multiple eras, I don't think I'm a miserable old man like my dad was. Like I think it really is just trash cinema today. And so like as I was talking about that, like my kids were starting to treat me like I treated my dad, where they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, no, have a seat. And it started with like years ago. So when the new Ninja Turtles came out, I was going to go see it, but at the time I was in the Navy, and then I called my oldest daughter, who was like super into that type of stuff, and so I was like, she was talking about how she wanted to see it, but I was like, I recommend you seeing the old one first. Like just give it a shot first. I don't see like if you like this and then you go watch the old one, I was like, maybe you won't have appreciation for it the same. But just give it a shot. And she hit me back with, that's just a stupid old film with dumb puppets. And like she went on this like spiel, like this hatred spiel about it. And all she was doing was repeating what somebody else had said. And so I was just like, oh, okay. So then she finally sees it like a year later and calls me up and told me it was like the greatest thing in the whole world and leaps and bounds better than the newer one. And so like I was like, yeah, I was like, there is something about modern cinema, like most of it being flashy, and but there's no substance, there's no longevity, there's no actual cinematography. Like like you tell a story visually, and if it's something that's mediocre and it doesn't have the staying power as something like the Turtles or Star Wars or things that we've been talking about for 30 or 40 or 50 years, and all this new stuff, like I can't really recall, other than the MCU, I can't really recall like a modern film in the past 10 to 15 years where I'm like, oh yeah, that is top notch. Like there's films that I've enjoyed, but like nothing that blew me away. And I think like the last great era in cinema was like the mid 2000s, and I honestly think it was with the comedy, like the mid 2000s comedy. I think was at its peak, and they haven't done anything since. And that was like at its peak, and then it was like it fell off, and that's where it was like. And then we had to worry about being offended all the time. Yeah, Crocodile Dundee took away the yeah. Yeah, they took away all that stuff. They took away all that stuff, and so I have the Blu-ray. I'm not gonna give that up. But yeah, it's like it's frustrating. So like and like I said, if you delete that stuff, like we live in a society where like you're told all the time that there's the bad man out there. There's this constant boogeyman argument, and and then you take those characters away. Like you need bad characters or you don't have a good story. And then what you tend to do when you take away the bad characters, bad traits, then you start writing the hero as the villain, and then the villain ends up having that redemption arc. And that's where pretty much all of modern cinema has had a boring, crappy villain, and they all have a redemption arc. They all have a stupid backstory where you have to feel bad for them. They're really doing this because their dad was mean to them. Like, come on. I don't want to know Freddy Krueger's backstory, like other than just the simplicity that we got back in the 80s. I don't want to know, like, super crazy backstory of villains. They're just villains. Give me a good hero, and then you have that constant conversation of like, you see in the modern writing these, when you look at it, like they're telling you this is the hero, and I have always said that I think um, Karate Kid, you can point out how I was like, I don't really like Daniel, and I think he's the villain in the story. But when you look at that new show that everyone was like super into, and as I say that, like people are like, oh my god, cringe, cringe, cringe. I was like, it's my opinion. Have your own opinion, but it's based on, like, I can point it out. Like when Daniel in the new show that everyone loves, like he gets mad and he kicks the coffee out of the guy's hand. Like that's not something a hero does. Then he also gets mad and he decides that somebody that's doing no wrong, based on history, based on his growing up history, childhood, that he's not going to allow um, the dojo to exist, and so he's going to take it upon himself. That's like a what a like a villain would do. I waking up of like, I'm doing the right thing because I have to be right. Like that's what a villain does. A villain is somebody that wakes up and they just do it, and they don't care about how they get the results because they just, in their head, they think they're right. And so when you write the hero that way, you're writing your hero like the villain, and then you have to have the villain have a redemption arc. And I can't tell you the last like new film that had a good solid villain. Um, if Ray Liotta said no to the Goodfellas, who would you cast? I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't know. Um, he's such a good character there. But like, if I were to really like think long and hard, I mean, like my quick answer would be Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp did such a great job in Donnie Brasco. But that's not a solid like 100% answer there. And so let's see. I would say I'd say probably I was like James Gandolfini would be great. I think he would be great, but I was like, I don't know if he would have been like the right age at that time. Uh, let's see. Let me get a list of Italian '90s actors. Let me see what we got. No, not from Italy. Italian American American actors. Um, Chaz Palminteri would have been good too, but like again, he's got a look of like a different role. He also might not have been the same age, but he would have been good to pull it off, I think. Um, John Turturro, but I didn't know he was Italian. Um, I think he's too wiry and too skinny. Like I don't know. I don't know. I have to say like probably nobody. Probably honestly probably no. I think Ray Liotta was perfect for that role for sure. Um, I just got home from work and wouldn't notice it anyway. Yeah. Let's see. Guess I'll get on Twitter now. Yeah. I was like, well, if you have an iPhone, then because like my wife's overseas and she texts me through that. I was like, I'll just give you my phone number. Um, let's see. Yeah, it says these social media platforms never explain what rules were broken. Yeah, and I was like, I clearly don't do anything. Like I was like, you see what I do? I post movies. I talk about movies. I never get anything in political. I don't play that game. I just don't care. So I was like, I don't know what I did. Got to get Discord then. Just make a profile and not the actual server. Use it like Skype. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Might see Black Bag in Dolby Cinema tomorrow. That one looked pretty interesting. I'm intrigued by that. There's another one that a newer film that I was interested in that I wanted to see, and it was like a one where it seemed like the guy it seemed like there was a time travel or like a kind of like a multiverse, but not. I don't like multiverse movies, but it seemed like a time travel thing where it seemed like the guy was time traveling and screwing with himself, and so like he was the villain. He was the bad guy in the story. And but like as I was watching the trailer, and now I can't remember the name of the movie. I can't find it. It's a very new film. It's very recently that I see the trailer in the past like year or two. And I can't think of it. But yeah, it was something that he was his life was being screwed with. And it seemed like this shadowy figure was himself from the future who was screwing with his past life self. And so I was like, that's something I was intrigued by, but other than that, like, not a lot of modern cinema has really, like, got me wanting to rush to the movie theaters. But yeah, Black Bag, I'm intrigued. I'll give it a check. Let's see. I'm a Navy veteran too, USS Nimitz. Nice, nice. I was on the, Forrest Sherman, DDG 98. Yep. And good morning, Jeff. Good morning, brother. Let's see. Video Pro says something wild would make a great 4K. It's like, let me see. I think. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Something wild. Yeah, my brain is in a fog today. Something wild. I'm all stuffy now. Like I wasn't stuffy earlier. Now I'm stuffy. Like my I've had this fever for days. My body aches. Something wild. Oh, it's got a Criterion. Dark comedy. Did I see this? Yeah, I've seen this. It's been a while. Yeah, I'd check it out. I would like that. Yeah, oh yeah, Ray Liotta. You can't go wrong with Ray Liotta. Yeah. Early Jeff Bridges or Jeff Daniels. Yeah. Yeah. It's been quite a while. Yeah, that would make a great 4K. Anything from that time period. Let's see, when did this come out? Probably. Let's see. Yeah, 1986. Like anything from like solid from the 80s to the late 90s, I think you have a real solid potential of having an amazing looking 4K with it being shot on film and not being so far back, possibly having degradation of film. Let's see, wife working overseas, good idea for a movie. My wife, the hit woman. Yeah, I was like, that's why I bought a laser disc. She's not around. Hey, good morning, Frank. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning. Let's see. I saw something wild in the theater. Nice. Let's see. Since you have a fever, you need more cowbell. Yeah, yeah. Good reference. Good reference. So we got that, and then I think we'll knock out the rest of these. And like I said, I'm not feeling it today. I know like the time change. I guess most of you guys weren't even here anyway, but I'm gonna probably end it short today. I'm just my head's killing me. My body hurts. Um, is there anything else? Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. We got a version here, Shout Factory, but the UK is getting a version on Blu-ray. And I know a lot of people are always like, why does it matter? We got one. Well, there's people that watch me from the UK. So we have friends over there. So yeah, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. If you did not import the Shout Factory version from America, if you live in the UK, there is a version coming to Blu-ray. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, fantastic film. And I just found out that this is actually a remake of a Marlon Brando film, which I thought was also fantastic. But I think one, this is the one I saw first, but two, I think that this has just a nice twist ending, and I'm not a huge fan of the twist ending, but I like this one. And so the other one's fantastic, and many of the scenes were actually taken for this movie directly from that old Brando film. But for some reason I like them both, but I think this is still my favorite. So yeah, this is getting a Blu-ray and it's coming out in May for the UK, coming from Final Cut Entertainment. But yeah, that for me is a high recommend always. I absolutely love it. I think the price point on it's top notch. So if you're in the UK, definitely check that out. High recommend. High recommend. We got those. Wicked, and then this one here, Mouse Hunt, is coming out on 4K. Now, this is something I have on Blu-ray. I don't know if I need the upgrade. I have to rewatch that Blu-ray. I think it was fantastic, but I mean, obviously, a good 4K on an older film from the 90s. Yeah, I'll take it. I was like, I don't know if it'll be a day one. It's something I'm definitely intrigued by, but it's coming out in summer. So far, I don't have anything really on my radar for summer. So it'll probably be a day one. But if there's other things, I was like, it could easily get knocked out and wait for a sale. But yeah, Mouse Hunt, a solid family film, one of my favorites. It's a good time to watch it. I think is around now, like as the snow starts to melt in most places. It just kind of has that vibe where it has some snow scenes, but then there's some scenes where it's like all melted and stuff. So like that one and Uncle Buck. I think those two movies are solid watches this time of year anyway. But yeah, that's an all around fun one. Really enjoyed that one back in the day. So we got that. And then yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all I had on my radar, I think. Let me see what I had on my thumbnail. Let's see. Where's the make sure I got everything. But The Wiz is the one I think I'm most looking forward to. It's a movie I haven't seen in so long and I don't have it in the collection. I was actually gonna probably try to pick it up on Laserdisc the other day, but like, yeah, I'll wait for the Criterion now. We got that. Let's see. Where is this thumbnail? What did I put on the thumbnail? Oh, okay. So there's two here that I missed on the thumbnail that I haven't talked about. Let me get those. Let's see. So here's one that I know a lot of you guys will be excited for. I'm probably not. I like the artwork on it, but I never could get into the first movie, so I was like, I don't think I could even bother with the second movie. And we're talking about Airplane 2. So Airplane 2 is coming out on 4K. I know that Airplane is a fan favorite. Just not into those types of movies, I guess. I've tried so many times. I had it on DVD. I picked it up cheap at the thrift store, and I've tried to give it a watch. And there's some things I chuckle at, but like as a whole, it's not a me movie. I don't want to like sit there and revisit it. And I've tried to give it like three solid watches. Like once originally when I was like a teenager, a couple years back, and then once like the other day before I was getting rid of my DVDs. So this one here, I love the artwork on it. I think that's top notch, but this one's coming out late 2025. So be on the lookout for Airplane 2. Again, I think that the artwork is amazing and I miss this stuff. So yeah, that's I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a third try. Maybe or not a fourth try and try to get into it. I like the artwork too much. So there's that one. And then this one here, I thought we had let's see, where is it? Let's see, I don't see it here. Let's see. Yeah, here. Yeah, so I thought we had a 4K, but apparently we didn't. So we are getting a 4K steelbook now in May of Starman. So this is something that I think it's a fantastic film. I don't have in the collection. This would probably be an easy day one, but I don't like the steelbook only, so maybe not. Maybe I'll just not get it. So but I think it's a fantastic film. I like the artwork on the steelbook. I think that's top notch. Let's see. Was it coming out? Starman. Yeah, because there was this, but there's nothing. Let's see. Yeah, there's these older ones here. Collector's edition 2018. I was like, seriously, I might just out of spite buy the Blu-ray and just stick with the Blu-ray, or maybe I'll find it on Laserdisc. I don't know. Like I'm just I want the newer format. I want the 4K, but like in all reality, I people always say vote with your dollars. I'm not a steelbook guy. Like if you know, and I've told you before, if it's in my top 25 favorite films of all time, or it's in one of those like big chunky protected boxes, sure. But if our only option is Steelbook, I don't need it. And so I was like, yeah, it's kind of a frustrating one. So I won't be getting that one. But yeah, it's a solid film. I like it. And that one's coming out. So we have those are all the new announcements. And yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. But I'm going to do the giveaway because it's middle of the month. It's my birthday month, so we are giving away an extra thing, and we're giving away an extra thing because you know I said earlier at the beginning of the show, but Movies and Donuts. He's a channel member, and then he's been in touch with me quite often and real solid supporter. And he sent me a few things already, but he said he sent me something for my birthday. I haven't got it yet. So because he sent me something, we're going to give away an extra thing. And because it's my birthday month, we're going to give away one of these big hoodies. Not this one. We're going to give away the 80s hoodie. And so if you want that, we're going to do the mug, the hoodie, and just a regular T-shirt. So we always do giveaways in the middle of the month, a mug and a T-shirt. But we're doing the extra thing today, and so we're gonna start off with that. So if you want to be in on this, put yes in the chat, or just put something in the chat that you want to be in, and then pull up the generator. And we'll give away. We'll do it in succession. So we'll start off with the grand prize and work our way down to the mug. That way, it gives the most amount of people a chance to win. Because I would assume that that is the most coveted prize. But I don't have Instagram, so if you win, you have to find a way to contact me so I can give you a link to your prize. And if you're new here, and then how it works is I have the Fourth Wall store, and so it's where we sell all the merch and that type of stuff. And so, like, if you win, I will just send you a link, and you don't have to give me any of your information or nothing. And then you just click the link, you claim your prize. If you want to buy more stuff, you can buy more stuff, but you can just claim your prize, and it's all paid for and taken care of. And then it'll get to you eventually. And then because I've been sick, I've been behind on the comments. I've been behind on the thank yous for the people that buy stuff. When you actually buy stuff, when you win something, I'm not gonna give you a thank you video. But when you buy stuff from the store, I send out thank you videos, and there's little like clips of me saying thank you, and you know, give personal messages. And so like I've been behind on that a little bit lately. So I was like, I'm feeling a little bit better today. So I was like, probably knock out a lot of that stuff tomorrow and get caught up. But yeah, we're gonna do that. Let me pull up this generator, and then after that, I think we'll just end it. I feel like crud, and I was like, we've been going longer than I thought we would. Let's see. Name picker. Wheel of names. Okay. So we do this. All right. Oh, it even has the names from last time. Let's see. All right. So let's leave this. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. What do we got? Let's see. Michael says, I love Mouse Hunt. Definitely a day one purchase for me. I like the live action Tom and Jerry. Oh, it's top notch. It's a definitely a favorite in the house. I love it. And it's a high recommend. I love those types of films. It has a little bit of like the vaudeville style, but like it also has like an era to it. Like I love it. I love everything about it. I love the aesthetics of the design. I love the top notch acting. I like, it's not just top notch, but over the top. Like it's not over the top bad. It's like over the top good. I love it. I think it's a very underrated film. And a lot of people just chalk it up to like just a silly family film, but I think it's top notch for real. Let's see. Natalie says, I got over my brain fog after 3 weeks. Went to a doctor a week ago, and they prescribed moxicillin and Flonase. Seems to be working. Yeah, I was like, if by tomorrow it's not cleared up, because like yesterday was bad. Yesterday was bad. The day before was where it started, where I had a headache most of the day, and then like by the time like I was ready to go to bed, like my body started to ache. And then I woke up yesterday, I felt like I was hit by a ton of bricks. And I woke up and I told my daughter, I said, look, I'm sick today. I'm not doing anything. I'm just kind of under the weather. And she went, great. It's like, what? So it's like, cause she knows like if I'm sick, like I'm a big baby. So like I'm not doing anything. I'm not making dinner. I'm ordering food. I'm like, she has a real solid free day. So yeah, she was like, great. So yeah. So today, I woke up at like 2 in the morning, and then I was like up most of the night, and then I'm pretty much ending this and taking a nap. But I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. But body still hurts now. My nose is starting to go, so I hope it doesn't go into my lungs. That would suck. I hope tomorrow I just start to feel better. But yeah, everyone's saying hello, and yeah, it's a solid film. Let's see. Airplane is still good, very goofy and fun. Yeah, I was like, it's just for some reason, it's just not a me movie for real. I think I'm gonna make it a goal next month just to get a couple new releases. I have some pre-orders already bought. Big UE, but March was crazy month for me. Got to slow it down. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like that's a conversation. So like because it was my birthday month, I like I said, I went overboard. I spent a ton of money on this Laserdisc player, like a ton of money. And but then I got the movies, and I got some things, and I got some things coming. Still, I have the Deep Blue Sea, and I've got some stuff coming today, I think. So I've got a small handful. So I'll do it. I'll be able to do another haul video at the end of the month. But then uh, the biggest thing for me was like um, there's a lot of older titles, and not really like old, but like stuff that I missed last year that I never picked up that I had wanted to. And so, trying to rush to grab all the new releases and all the pre-orders, like, that's great, but I don't want everything that's new. And like a lot of it is blind buys. Like, if you guys tell me it's good, I'll check it out. But if I'm dropping like 30 or 40 or close to $50 on these like new releases, especially like the bigger premium box sets of blind buys. I mean, like this was highly recommended to me, but like I think this was like $11. And so yeah, I'm going after more stuff like this, but then I just put it in a big order. And it's not like it wasn't a huge order, but it was big enough to get the free shipping through Umbrella Entertainment. And it was because Tank Girl. It's something that I missed, that bigger premium box set at the time it sold out. I just happened to be on eBay, and I was seeing stuff, and then somebody was selling the Tank Girl for like $165, and I said that was like a $50 movie, and I went to just go check, and I was like, they had it back in stock. So I was like, yeah, it was like $55 for the big premium box set of Tank Girl. And it's just a guilty pleasure purchase. Like I like it. And it's like, I had to get the premium. So while I was there, I was like, well, I got to get the free shipping now. And so I picked up a whole bunch of stuff. I picked up Stigmata and some other films that I had wanted to get for quite a while. And the only one that I actually did the big premium chunky box set on was the Tank Girl. And I know that was a guilty pleasure, but like I got Boiling Point. I only got the standard slipcover, and I got the standard slipcover on all the rest of the films. And so those are coming. I'm super excited. But yeah, I was like, I'm pretty much over the pre-order stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna focus on more of like not just curating the collection, but I was like, I fork over a ton of money. And it takes, like months and months and months before I see anything from it. Like the I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched sets, like I spent an ungodly amount of money for that box, because I not only did I have those in there, but I had a couple other box sets from Imprint and plus another movie. And so that was a huge purchase that I made back in like the end of December, beginning of January. And it was supposed to be out in January. And then the one title got pushed back. So I didn't get it till like the end of February. And so like you're spending like a ton of money to wait and wait. Nah, I'm kind of over it. I was like, there's going to be some pre-orders, and there's going to be some stuff I want, but like 100%, like it's easy to wait. I was like, we used to wait. Like the pre-ordering thing is very, very new to me. And I was like, I know they were pre-ordering stuff in like video games, like back in the 90s, like it was still a thing, but like the whole pre-ordering concept wasn't even introduced to me for movies until like I was in the Navy. And I remember we were going to go on deployment, but I was going in looking for Game of Thrones season 2. And I went to Best Buy, and then like the guy was like, well, you could pre-order it. And I said, well, the point of me like asking about is I'm not going to be around. And like, so if I pre-order it, still not going to be around. So I was just wondering when it was going to come in, and like, um, and they're like, yeah, you can pre-order. So that was like when it was introduced to me. So it was like the late 2000s. Like it was like I was in the Navy 2009, from 2009 to 2015, or the December 2014 is when I got out. So yeah, so that's the time frame I was in. So in there somewhere, pre-ordering was introduced to me, but then I didn't actually do it until like right just probably like a year and a half ago, maybe closer to 2 years ago is when I first started pre-ordering. And yeah, I think I'm over it. I think I'm over it. I don't see the benefit of it. And so far, only one thing that I've completely like missed out on that I had to pay a little extra for, and it was because I missed out on the pre-order. It sold out real quick. Was the Conan the Barbarian Arrow video that's over there, and I should have just got the Blu-ray. I didn't need the 4K, so it's like, yeah, I think I'm done. The hoodies are legit. Yes. Happy B-Day month. Mine was March 2nd. Nice. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. Let's see. Craig, I would love a t-shirt. Well, we'll try to shoot you for a t-shirt, brother. Thomas DeCarlo. And then like, maybe next month we'll just have like a willy-nilly thing where we do like, if you win, you can kind of pick. But I was like, right now I got some things that I have set aside. Yes. All right. So let's see. Let me get the names in here. Stop messing around. Let's see. We'll just put TJ, Jeff. Let's see. Jeff, Chapo Nano. No. The blue corner. And Brent Madison. Craig. I don't even know. Craig Jig. Craig Jig. Let's see. Frank wins again, though. I don't know. Frank just shows up and he wins. Let's see. Let's see. Sergeant Poggy Bait. Be jammin'. Thomas says, my first pre-order was Fellowship of the Ring from Blockbuster. Yeah, I was like, I'm telling you, Blockbuster. I mean, I miss Blockbuster, but pre-orders, just, I'm over it. He says, that's what got me. The releases I missed from the past couple of years. It doesn't help that I prefer to get the limited edition collector's edition. Yeah, and that's the other argument. Like if you're a collector, then obviously you want the premium edition. You want the best possible version of your set, and so then you're held at that higher scalper price, or you missed out on it. So now I paid a crazy amount of money for Ernest Scared Stupid, but like I decided at the end of the day, I'm a collector, so I could buy 3 movies for the price that I paid for Ernest Scared Stupid, or I could just get the damn movie that I wanted. Like that's where I'm at now. So I was like, yeah, I'm still gonna buy stuff, and I'm still gonna blind buy stuff, but yeah, I'm definitely like putting the brakes on my pre-orders. There's definitely obviously some day ones, but I'm limited myself to like 1, maybe 2 solid pre-orders each month, and I'm just gonna get what I want. I mean, and then you go back, like there's tons of films that I just have never seen yet. I was like, there's one guy, I forget his name, but man, he like every video I make, he gives me at least 5 minimum, 5 like solid recommendations, like movies that are in my wheelhouse, things I would love to get. But then like it's tracking them down. It's now I was like, I spent all this money on pre-orders. Now I got to wait. Like it turns into one of those things. I was like, if I skip all the pre-orders, I can just start getting movies that, might be better for me. Yeah. So we got that. Yeah. I'm over pre-orders as well. Yep. If you don't pre-order, you don't have FOMO. I still get FOMO, man. I do it to myself. But yeah, it's like that's definitely a thing. But there's certain things like the Constantine UK box set. Like that was a solid. Like I knew I was going to have it. So there's still going to be like ones where I'm like, I have to have that version. If anything comes out for Leon or The Fifth Element, like anything new, obviously that's going to be 100% like a day one pre. But like yeah, just random regular like the Wiz. I'm not pre-ordering that. I will go to Barnes and Noble and I'll pick it up. And if it's not a Barnes and Noble, I will order it after the fact. But I don't need that day one. But I want it. I do need it day one, but I'm not pre-ordering it. I'll wait. Not that. I only won once, which was my first time entering. So come on, big money. All right, so we got this. Let's share the screen. So this is going to be for the hoodie. And if you don't know, let's see. If you don't know, let's see. Let's go to the Fourth Wall store. So I always have this link down below, but anything that I wear on stream mostly. I mean, there's been times where I was not wearing my own merch, but um this is not the page I need. This is my internet's not working with me. All right, let's see. All right. So I wear my own merch, and so I still have to update this. I was thinking about doing so. We have this coffee mug. This is what we'll be giving away today, and then we might do like a member only mug too, something similar to this, but like it's for members only. And so we might do that. So if you are a member, and there's that. So you can also win the member only merch if you win and you're a member. So we have these coffee mugs, which I think are really solid. Love this. Let's see. It says 80s made there. Oh, I love it. And so yeah, all this stuff. Let's see, share the screen. So yeah, the Fourth Wall store. The link is always down below. And share this. I gotta add some new stuff too. But we have this. This is the newer stuff. I haven't added anything since last time I brought this up, but this is what we'll be giving away today. So we'll be giving away just a regular old T-shirt, but then we're going to give away this hoodie right here. So it has a $45 price tag on it. We're going to give this away for free today. Let's see. There we go. The 80s. I've worn it quite a few times. It's very soft, super comfortable. And then when you get the link, it actually takes you right here. You pick your size, and if there's a color option, you pick your color option. And then here, instead of add to cart, it says claim your prize. You fill out the information, and it's just good to go. So we're going to give that hoodie away today. That's going to be solid. Let's see. Put this away. And here is the drawing for the hoodie. Now, before I click enter, everybody that wants to be in, make sure you're in. I'm going to give you a little bit of a countdown. I know there's like a delay. I'm not sure how long the delay is, but before I click enter, I want to make it fair. Everybody that's here that wants to be in for this hoodie, if you're not on this list already, make sure that you say something. Oh yeah. All right. So I think everybody's good. So I think we're gonna go. And so this is a drawing for the hoodie. Are you kidding me, Frank? It's not rigged. I tell you right now. It's not rigged. Frank won the hoodie. Oh yeah. And yeah, I'll shoot you the link over, Frank. And maybe you shouldn't be allowed in the next drawing, Frank. It's all good, brother. It's all good. I'm glad you won. I'll shoot you a link over on Twitter for that. Let's see. And then remove Frank. And then the next Let's see. So then the next thing we'll do is we'll do a T-shirt because Frank won the premium hoodie. We'll do something, I guess. Maybe I think it's special. Let's see. Where's oh, here it is. We'll give a T-shirt away. Let's see. Let's see. We got any one of these T-shirts. Actually, it'd be whoever wins the T-shirt can pick any of these 26.99 T-shirts here. Any one of these. Yeah, good to go. Any of the 26.99, any of them. So we have this. Oh, maybe we'll give that towel away next time. We got the 80s T-shirt. I like that T-shirt. We got these simpler ones. So yeah, the simpler ones is what we were going to give away today. But because Frank won the big premium hoodie there, yeah, any of the 26.99 T-shirts. If you want something, whoever wins, just tell me what you want, and then I'll get you the link for that specifically. So we got that, and then yeah, I still got to get a couple of these myself, and then we have that. The boat mouse, because Steamboat Willie is officially in the public domain, so we are selling the Steamboat Willie shirt. I'm not giving that away, but we are selling that, and I've got mine on order. So we got that. Yes, Frank, I'm sponsored by 80s Mate. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's like I was just joking about it, and now it's like you won. So it's like you're maybe you can't play next month. All right. Yeah, so this is for a T-shirt, winner's choice of the 26.99 T-shirts. So we got that, and let's see. And Jeff wins a T-shirt. Congratulations, brother. And so yeah, just hit me up. I don't have Instagram anymore, so if you can email me, my links are in the in every video, or hit me up on Twitter and just get a message over to me, and then I will get you a link, and then go to my store, and then whatever shirt, like I said, any of the 26.99 T-shirts, I'll get you a link for that. And then close that out. And then this is for a mug. Sergeant Pogey Bait. Yep. So the same thing. Just congratulations. Hit me up either through email or through Twitter, and I will get you the links for that. If I don't respond right away, it's because I'm literally crashing out after this show. But yeah, guys, thanks for being here as always. I don't know. I guess the time change screwed up everybody, but yeah, it's like we'll see you guys next week, this same earlier time, I guess. But with that, remember to watch a movie today, and I'll catch you guys next time.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Oh, don't give me a pat. That's fine.